how are you capable of getting the med tech investor comfortable enough with a direct-to-consumer go-to-market? Is there any sort of secret sauce, or was it just I took a bunch of different attempts at this and a couple of them worked out, which could also be just the law of probability?
I think the way it worked out in the end is back to de-risking and front-loading the biggest risks. I realized that what was necessary, enabling, but also risky for Eargo was to combine this novel hearing aid with this novel consumer model. And so actually hired kind of your A team for both as part of the very, very early team. And I spent pretty much half of the time, money, and energy on each from day one. And so on the medical device side, I heard people who had a lot of experience developing medical technology that had done it several times, and when they talked to consumer investors, were very credible, and in the sense they were the de-risker. These people that were the de-risker on the medical technology side. And the good news with air conduction hearing aids is that they're 510K exempt. It's not the highest bar either from a regulatory standpoint. So you just need to just have good design controls and do it right, which we could do. And on the consumer side, I also hired very experienced tiny team, just a few, right? People from the consumer world who had a great track record in consumer marketing, branding, and advertising. And we started working on that from day one. For instance, before we had launched commercialized Eargo, we had tested 80 different marketing campaigns. We had using animatics. You do it on a shoestring budget because I was using seed money. I had millions of dollars, not tens of millions of dollars. But you use animatics, you're scrappy. And then we had narrowed it down to 4 marketing campaigns, a lot of, some of them around humor, using humor to destigmatize hearing, and run very rigorous market research, both quantitative and qualitative market research, slicing and dicing the needs gap analysis, purchase intents, price elasticity, and all of that we did upfront. And that also gave us a lot of credibility pre-market, pre-commercialization, in the fact that yes, it was risky, but we were well prepared, and we had created enough optionality that probably you could test, and there would be some trial and error in market, but would find a path forward. And that unlocked the Series A financing. Now, the Series A financing, which happened just before we commercialized, came from a consumer investor, because the biggest risk was still on the consumer side, and they were comfortable taking the medical risk. Once we proved the product market fit, and we proved that this very novel business model worked, that attracted all sorts of investors, right, from both sides.